to another Whiteboard Friday. Rand's actually behind the camera for us this week, because Jane and Rebecca and I are going to take a minute to explain to you the SES New York Bonanza, as many of you, as well as all of us, will be there next week. So, Rebecca has drawn up this beautiful little whiteboard to explain to you a few tips and some things to consider when attending SES New York. Ms. Kelly?
Yes, I have, Scott. Good segue there. I've been to a few conferences. Scott's been to a conference. Jane's been to PubCon. That makes us veterans, and we're going to tell you what to do for this video. Okay, so we've got some tips for conference goers, for those novices out there. We recommend writing down what's interesting and not necessarily trying to write down every point on every slide and every presentation. It's just going to be overwhelming. So if something just zings out at you, oh my god, that is really cool, write that down. Everything else, some slides are available on search engine strategies after the conference is over, so you can look at some of them, some aren't, but you know, if you find something that's really cool, then just jot it down and you'll be good. Secondly, network. It's not all about going to sessions. As Rand aptly put it earlier, if you are talking to someone and you're getting into a conversation and you realize you're going to be late for a session, then that's okay. Keep talking to that person, because chances are it's going to be more valuable talking to that person than it is going to be sitting in the session. You don't know for sure, but it could be. So just stay put. Thirdly, use that liver, or not, if you can drink. But either way,
chances are if you do drink, you'll be doing quite a bit of it.
Right. Going back to the networking thing, there's a lot of parties and social functions and bars and whatnot, and even if you aren't a big drinker, show up anyway and just kind of go around and, you know, with a water or whatever, and get to know people. That's a good way to kind of have that social lubricant thing going on. Fourthly, if you're approaching a quote-unquote SEO celebrity, I drew a little diagram of how not to approach the person. Lots of little hearts and love and overwhelmingness. Usually this is Matt Cutts, but he's not going to be in New York, so just insert.
Don't bum rush people. You're going to have much more luck and get a much better response out of them if you take the time and go up to them a little later on after the session.
Yes! Not in a bathroom, though. That's just kind of gross.
Not in a bathroom.
But, you know, like, hello, I like your blog. Why, thank you. I like that you like my blog, and so on. So don't overwhelm people. I don't really think of celebrities per se. I just kind of think of them as people. And we're just people, you're just people. So, you know, we're all people who like SEO.
Yes.
And we have up here the eternal question, which is, should you go to a session based on the compelling content or how awesome the speaker is? So here I have another diagram of boring guy giving the best presentation ever about the Google algorithm exposed, and there's lots of snoozes because it's very boring. Versus Rand, that's his beard and hair. And he's doing a presentation about beards, but because he's such a good presenter, and because he cashes my checks for me, or writes them, everybody's like, yay, what a great speaker. Now this is obviously kind of a poor example, because obviously Rand's going to have good content and good speaking abilities, which is a marriage of the two. But I think it's kind of personal preference. If you really want to go and hear about a topic, that's good. I kind of have a bit of ADD, so I like to go to speakers who are going to keep me awake, keep me interested. So if you're going for the first time and you don't know who those people are, then just kind of run from session to session, see what you like. If you're, you know, having a good time and you're like, wow, that's a good speaker, then note that for later. And then at later sessions, you can think, wow, I like him, I will go to that session.
All right.
All right.
Now it's time to treat out whiteboards. All right, everybody, and we're back. So now Jane's going to go over a few sessions that she's custom hand-picked for your enjoyment in New York, should you be joining us. Jane, go right ahead.
Okay, well, I've listed, well, initially 7 and now 6 things that I wanted to see.
Yeah. Kind of realized who was doing the 7th session and decided we should amend that recommendation.
So this one has question marks and then profit at the end. So we don't know what goes there. This will be networking. Day 1, something interesting, podcast and audio optimization. We're kind of getting into the multimedia realm here at SEOmoz with our resident film school student right here who has set up this lovely whiteboard stuff for us.
Clearly Whiteboard Studios.
Just Whiteboard Studio, yeah. So I think that looks kind of interesting. Day 2, like I said, question mark, profit. Day 3, Wikipedia and SEO. We here at SEOmoz have a love-hate relationship with Wikipedia. Sometimes we love it, sometimes we hate it. Sometimes we think it's the greatest thing ever, and sometimes we wish that it would get out of at least the Google's top 10. So, interested to see what happens there. Day 4, search engine Q&A on links. That's when you ask search engines how to rank better, and they tell you. Rand sessions that we're going to shamelessly pimp out right now. Day 3, he'll be speaking about social media optimization. We're pretty much big fans of that here at SEOmoz, and
We get paid to think that.
yeah.
He tells us to say on camera.
We're paid to be his rantourage. We will be there.
And day 4, link baiting. And we really like link baiting, as you also know from some of our side projects and our link baiting blog posts and our link baiting bragging. That you get to go to a session and listen to Rand brag about link baiting for an hour and a half. Brag. Hey, ain't bragging if it's true, huh?
Yes.
So here are some edited sessions that we'd like to attend, and we hope to see you there.
Yep.